Hi, I'm Patti O'Brien, and I'm going to be telling you about the virtual group exercise program. Next slide. So first, I want to quickly go through the learning objectives. We're going to start off with a brief history of what the Steps to Wellness program is. Then we're going to talk about how we went from an in-person program to a virtual program. I'm delighted that we have an alumnus of the program with us here today who's going to tell you about it. And then we're going to go through ongoing future steps for Steps to Wellness. Next. So why did we do Steps to Wellness? What were the driving forces behind all of this? Well, we really wanted to get rehabilitation for survivors, and this did not exist in Vermont. So we needed to come up with something new. We wanted something new that would address the acute and lingering side effects of cancer and the treatments of cancer. We wanted a structured approach to provide support, education, and rehabilitation for people at any point in their cancer continuum. When we were designing this program, it was really important to us that it be free so that everyone could participate. That if we put a big cost or a copay on it, we knew that it would exclude people. So it's always been important that this is free. We wanted to support an active lifestyle for all hematology and cancer patients. And we knew the benefits of exercise to this group. So I'm just going to kind of go through the physiologic benefits of exercise and then the emotional benefits of exercise. So the physiologic benefits of exercise is it will help you restore or improve your function. It's going to help you improve your strength. It's going to help your bone health. You're going to have better balance and stability. You're going to improve range of motion, particularly if you've had part of your body have surgery or radiation therapy. We expect it to improve your exercise capacity and fitness. And as physicians, we really had thought about the physiologic aspects a lot. But what was really interesting to us was how much psychological and emotional benefit people were getting from the program. So we immediately saw that. Decreased anxiety and depression, people's fatigue was less, they had improved self-efficacy, improved quality of sleep, and improved mood. So the driving forces to getting people to exercise is to improve the quality of life of the participants. Next. So, development of Steps to Wellness. How did we put all these pieces together? This was a new program. So people in the oncology department got together with people in the physical therapy department, and we all came together and said, what resources do we have? How do we put them together? We wanted to do some research with this, so we had to go to the IRB, and everybody in the program signed a consent that we could collect data from them. The program was modeled after cardiac rehab because that was a model as to an efficient care system. Our first support came from the Victoria Buffum Foundation, and without the support from the Victoria Buffum Foundation, we would not have been able to start. They were the glue that said, okay, go, get this program started. And the picture is of our initial team. Next. So we did all this work to design the program, and end result was we started Steps to Wellness. We opened our doors August 2011. It was held at the Cardiac Rehab Gym. You can see the gym has a beautiful view out the windows. In order to keep it going, we got private donations from many different folks, Dragonheart, Vermont Cancer Network, fundraising events, food sales even. We wanted to have a structured approach, a 12-week program where you came twice a week. People were divided into small groups with 4 to 6 participants. They worked with a certified exercise trainer, and exercises were designed for each person based on their needs after evaluation, and over 1,000 people participated in this in-person exercise program, and we collected lots of data from those 1,000 people. Next. So how did you get into the program? Again, it was important that people with any diagnosis of cancer or hematologic disorder, or who were getting infusion therapy, could come in to this program at any stage in their disease, their treatment, or their recovery. For some people, their oncology provider sent them, their primary care provider sent them, and as word got out, people self-referred. They heard about it from their friends. So we wanted to be sure that it was safe for everybody to participate. And so they were seen by a physician or a PA who would do a medical evaluation. And then we would have a physical therapist see them to be sure that they were ready to exercise. And we wanted to identify and assess cancer-related side effects and function. People who perhaps weren't ready to come into the program, they weren't going to be able to be safe and independent in the gym, they were referred for one-on-one physical therapy to get them safe and ready to come in. So once everybody was medically cleared, they were given a start date to come into the gym. Next. So now I'm going to turn this over to Rebecca, who was our major gung-ho person who got us switched from in-person to virtual.
And there I am. Awesome. Thank you very much, Patti. Without the vision of her and Dr. Dittis and other affiliates, this really wouldn't have happened. So thank you. So again, we started back in 2011, where we had 3 different groups going at the same time. Everyone was going twice a week. Everything seemed to be great. And then March 2020 came around, and COVID-19 suspended, or had to suspend the programs at UVM just to help maybe stop the spreading of the virus. So what this means was participants were unable to come into the gym at that time. So the trainers knew that we needed to respond in a way that would help continued movement and ongoing support. So we helped participants make an at-home plan. What were they going to do at home? Did they have any equipment? Did they have a safe place to go walking? And it's hard to really know how to plan these things because we didn't know if it was going to be days, weeks, months. Was it really going to be into the fall? It just seemed something we couldn't wrap our head around at that time. But as this virus kind of started to progress, we knew we had to make more of an impact. So the trainers started to establish an online resource for participants. And we started to record workouts that we would do, and we would put them on to our private Facebook page for them to follow along to. And they actually were responding and found them helpful. So we started a YouTube channel to build a collection of these videos for people to follow along with. And also now our future participants are starting to follow along with them, as well as community members. So this was a big impact for our patients, and we needed to also provide pathways to promote community connection during isolation. So we started to host online check-ins with participants and the trainers. So they could kind of let us know how they're doing. Do they feel safe? Do they need any additional resources that we could help them with? And we also started a mentorship on our Facebook page, which would allow other alumni and current participants to help support each other as well. Next. So come April 2020, these continued stay-in-place orders and social distancing were put in place. So the social distancing efforts really limited the opportunities for participants to be physically active. And this caused further changes in our daily routines, right? So parks were closing, gyms were closing, public places were closing, activities and events were being canceled. And as a result, there was a substantial increase in the extended periods of sitting and inactivity, and also people were working from home. And our participants started to actually report significant decreases in their physical activity due to lack of motivation. They just felt tired, fatigued, their mood, and then that group accountability wasn't there, and that they really valued that and didn't really realize it at the time, that helped them kind of get going. So this kind of increased a little bit of concern with the well-being, and as we learned from Dr. O'Brien, those physiological and psychological well-being with exercise is really positively influenced. So with those combined of lack of movement and lack of feeling of connection, we really knew that starting a virtual program was crucial. And Steps to Wellness really has always wanted to create a virtual program, just never really had the time. So this presented a really good opportunity for us to kind of put our efforts into doing this and making it a reality. The original goal of the virtual program was to reach those in rural places or those that maybe were unable to come into the gym, so that they could also get some group-based exercise programming like the rest of them. And also this is a way to provide safe engagement in physical activity with the supervision of trainers. Next. So now those were our driving forces, and then piecing it all together, and the team really collectively agreed that an online platform was crucial, and we needed to find the best way to transition the in-person program to an online model. So our team, the picture here is our team meeting on Zoom to create and strategize a phased approach to converting the program to virtual. So to do this, we really wanted the voice of our participants. They were the ones that drove this program to be started, and we wanted them to still have a voice moving forward. So we created an online survey for them to answer. So we asked them questions. Are they even interested in a virtual program? What equipment might they have available at home? What days of the weeks, what time of day is best for them, to really kind of gain what their ideals were for this program, and were they even comfortable using an online platform? So with their responses, we started to kind of gather information of how to make this possible. So the other part was to decide what modifications needed to be made to make this successful. So things like, how are we going to do the safety evaluations remotely? So we found a way to kind of convert those. We made alterations to the design to fit all levels. So since the trainers can't physically be with them, we needed a safe way to implement a program to meet everybody's needs all together on Zoom. We also needed to brainstorm ways to create peer support. So that was a really big part of the Steps to Wellness program, was having people being able to share their experiences with each other, and to know that they're all in it together, maybe for different reasons, but with a common goal to be healthy and stay active. So next. So kind of the virtual program is kind of set up the same way. So the referrals are the same pathways for that. The MD and PT evaluations are the same. They are done remotely now, and your PT evaluation can be done in person if requested. We have new groups starting each month with up to 6 participants in each group. So we still have that group-based program. And then we have orientation sessions. So we have 3 total sessions. 2 of them are being held in person at the O'Brien Community Center, where we keep everybody a safe distance of 6 feet apart. And then we have 1 orientation session that is virtual. We do have the option of having all of your orientation sessions to be virtual if requested as well. We can accommodate that. So what the orientation sessions do is we meet with the trainers, you meet with your group, and we review all of the strength and aerobic exercises that you're going to be seeing in the virtual program. So we learn those basics of lifting technique, posture, balance. We discuss what equipment you have available that we could use, whether they be dumbbells or weighted objects or resistance bands that we could provide. And then we also review some home safety tips and Zoom tech support, like kind of how to do your camera so we can see you, your lighting, angle, and then your sound. And after orientation, you are joining the larger virtual group on Zoom. Next. Next. Sorry. So the virtual program components, and I'm just going to touch a little bit. These are the trainers. So the top one is myself, Rebecca, and the bottom trainer is Lucian Benway. So we are the 2 head trainers of the program that are teaching the virtual Zoom classes. So each class is led by one of us, and it's held on Zoom. Right now we have up to 18 participants, and they're twice a week, and they go for 12 weeks. And right now we're teaching on Tuesdays and Thursday evenings. Each class is 60 minutes. And what's helpful is the times are exactly the same each week. So it helps kind of increase the adherence and accountability with your group members. So we all sign on at the same time. And we needed those opportunities to promote engagement and socialization to build those connections with each other and with the trainers. So 15 minutes prior to class, everybody signs on that wants to or has time, and we either chat, see how everyone's doing, or some folks come with questions. And we also have one-on-one trainer check-ins that are offered every week, and those are requested by the participant if they want to review any goals, any modifications that they might need, any pain or aches that they might be having that they just want to address with the trainer. And then we also do weekly coffee chats, and this is with a trainer, and it's educationally based and led. So we normally come with a topic that we want to discuss. And then also participants can come with any questions that they have or want to discuss themselves. And after the 12 weeks, participants used to be able to sign up to come into the gym as a member at the cardiac gym, but since we cannot offer that at this time, we started to teach 3 days a week in the mornings for any community member, and also for our graduates to continue on with the trainers. And it's slightly a little bit more advanced, but just an option for them to continue on to exercise at this time. Next. All right, so just a little bit more about the structure of the workouts to give you an idea. So the classes are designed to meet and challenge all fitness levels and ages. So really anybody at any level can join this class and feel challenged, but also feel like they're able to successfully complete the classes as well. So we offer modifications and demonstrate standing and seated versions of every exercise and aerobic exercise as well. And participants are also taught to monitor their intensity levels and how to adjust themselves throughout the workout, whether they need to increase the intensity or lower their intensity. So we go through a warm-up, and this is just to prepare the muscles and provide lubrications to the joints to help with safety and decrease risk of injury. And then we go normally into an aerobic training. So this is anywhere from 20 minutes, about average, to 40 minutes. It can really be integrated into any of these parts as well. So there's no equipment needed, whereas in the gym, we would normally do 20 to 40 minutes on a piece of equipment, whether that's a treadmill or elliptical or rower. But here we do more sequences of functional movements using our body weight. So things like we do maybe side steps, we do maybe half jumping jacks, and again, they can be seated or standing. we do a lot of variety of movement. So some of them might be new to you and some you might have done before. It definitely adds an element of fun to the group. So the intensity is progressed as tolerated. So they can self-monitor their own heart rate by taking it themselves. And we also use a rate of perceived exertion, so they know whether we can increase maybe their intensity or maybe we need to back off depending. So the strength training we go into next, and the equipment really varies depending on the participant's availability. So we can provide resistance bands in the orientation if needed. Otherwise, most participants have had some sort of dumbbells or weighted objects. Some have even filled water bottles up with water and used those for lifting. And then also some people don't use weights at all, which is okay. We don't do any floor exercises just because of safety and that the trainer isn't really there with them to help them get off the floor if needed. And we also do a stretching routine at the end. And then throughout the whole 60 minutes, we really stress upon balance and posture and how to really kind of hold ourselves well so that we can increase range of motion, flexibility, and stability, and get stronger. So the other part of the program is lifestyle management. So these are all converted that we used to have in person to Zoom. And so we're starting our nutrition and stress management lectures up next month. Those are going to be on Zoom once a month. The Vermont Cancer Center has also continued to offer mindfulness classes on Zoom, and those are monthly. And they also have 8-week courses as well. And then we just started our 12-week Steps to Weight Loss class in September that runs for 12 weeks, and then is going to be offered, I believe, twice a year. And that's also available to any Steps to Wellness participant as well. So all of these components of the program are coming back together in our virtual program like we used to have in the in-person program. Next. And this slide I wanted to add just for those of you that may be on the fence about joining a virtual program or thinking that they can't do it or they're unsure or it's just something new that they just don't know if they can do. And I just wanted to add some tips in for you about starting an exercise program. So first, I just say kind of commit to your health and that you can do it. And it's a great time to start something new and don't limit yourself thinking that you can't do something. Everyone in the group modifies their exercises. They are seated, they are standing. It's a really great mixture of people that we have in the groups. And we're all there for different reasons, to combat side effects of cancer treatments, work on strength and balance, jumpstart themselves back into a regular exercise routine, get ready for surgery if needed, stay in remission, and the list goes on. Everyone has different goals. I would recommend creating a space in your home, if possible, that's dedicated to your exercise. That way it helps to increase your adherence, you know right where to go each Tuesday, Thursday. Maybe your sneakers are right there, your water bottle, and it just helps to eliminate your potential distractions and excuses maybe of I can't get there or the travel or I don't have time, and that might be the case too, but knowing that your group members are there with you just helps sometimes to sign on. And then also to put your exercise appointments in your calendar and block off that time for yourself. And also to come with an open mind. So to allow yourself time to adjust to the online platform, adjust to learning new movements and learning a new routine. So the benefits of the group exercise, why I really think it's important and really helpful place to start is you're more likely to sign on, right? So that accountability boost is there. So you're joining a group is a great way to just be accountable and attend the class, and helps you keep you on track for your goals. And you're not alone. So even if you are a regular exerciser, some days it can be tough to put your shoes on, right? We all experience that. And sometimes if you've never exercised or participated in a group exercise class, it can be somewhat nerve-wracking to be new. But really, I can't stress enough that we're all there to help each other and support each other. And that picture that you're seeing on the bottom is of our group today, really. and just really they're all there, and it's just so great to see them all coming together and signing on and smiling and just putting their effort in each time. So hopefully that's helpful to you to kind of hear those words. And I'm going to hand it over to one of our alumni and also current participants at the same time, Pat Johnson. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm honored to be here today. Very honored to be here today, representing all survivors participating in Steps to Wellness program. My journey, my cancer journey, began in Massachusetts in October of 2012, and it's almost the 8th anniversary of my battle. My diagnosis was primary liver cancer, stage 4, which metastasized by 2014, and I began targeted treatment of a targeted med. My prognosis was counted in months at that time. Now, this was 8 years ago. My response to that prognosis was, I'm the exception to the rule. And I became proactive in my quest of health. They say when life gives you lemons, make lemonade. Another life-changing event happened the day before my birthday in 2015 when I was driving to Vermont and I had an auto accident. I was sent to rehab at Fanny Allen near my family here in Vermont, and consequently moved to Vermont. So a new team was formed. I was still on the targeted med. An oncologist was assigned. Welcome to UVM Medical Center system. I am absolutely blessed to have such a great team and continued support of family and friends. I describe my team with 3 C's: competent, communicate effectively as a team and with me, and caring. And Steps to Wellness is part of that team. I was referred to Steps to Wellness by my homeopathic doctor in April of 2019. My initial evaluation for safety came out concerning in the area of balance. So I was sent to an individual PT program, which I completed, to prepare me to safely be part of the Steps to Wellness program, which I joined in December of 2019. I was given the opportunity. I made the commitment. It was hard work, but it was well worth it. Steps to Wellness has become a key part of my being proactive in my quest for health. The program caters to the needs. It has awesome trainers, an excellent gym, well-kept equipment, is safe, builds strength, balance, and stamina. But most of all, it provides an opportunity to meet other survivors who understand what you're going through too, knowing you're not isolated and alone in this journey. I graduated from Steps to Wellness March of 2020, at which time I was transitioned to continue with the program. I'm here for the long haul and can stay free of charge as long as I'm safe. This applies to anyone who has metastatic cancer. And when I got done with and was transitioning in March, bam, just when you have things figure out, they change. COVID has arrived, changing life as we know it. Quarantine, social distancing, isolation, full stop. Everything closed, homebound. Is this the end of Steps to Wellness, I thought? No, our trainers were still there for us. They checked in with us and sent exercise packets home. Then I had to decide, what will I do? It would have been easy to do nothing, but Steps to Wellness program had become a healthy habit, and I loved it. So I continued my daily walks. I worked in the garden, which I wasn't able to do prior to taking Steps for Wellness. And I opened that Steps to Wellness exercise packet. I continued exercise. I continued logging it. I was safe at home. I was social distancing and hand washing, of course. Finally, Zoom Step to Wellness sessions began. Twice a week they were offered, lots of questions, new experience. No gym equipment? How can it work? What's Zoom? Remember my proactive quest for help. Message to self, do it for me. Give it a try. So I took time to figure it out. We did it together, our trainers and I. Cardio and stretching and aerobics. At first it was one-on-one. Feel that burn. Slowly the group grew like a family. Together, fun, challenging, all from our homes, together. So I'm passing it forward. The opportunity to recover, renew, build strength and balance, and heal with others who share your journey to healthy living. I may not be in remission, but I am a survivor. Steps to Wellness is part of my team and can be a key part of yours too. There is life with cancer, and Step to Wellness makes it better. Thank you for helping me stay safe. Thank you. Now back to our program.
Next slide, please. So I just want to talk a little bit about where we hope to go and the future of Steps to Wellness. So it is incredibly important that we keep this going. I think you've heard the commitment and passion in our voices that, you know, Rebecca has just been amazing at, you know, transitioning, that I really appreciate Pat's sincerity about her commitment to her health. So what are we going to do in the future? We want to keep this program going, but we must follow all the Vermont State Health Department guidelines and meet the UVM MC guidelines. And so how we do that, we need your voice. So we need you to participate. We need to know how to keep a virtual program going. Our goal is to get back into a gym when it's safe, but also to keep a remote program going so that people who live far away will be able to participate. We think that we'll eventually have the O'Brien Center as our small group-based thing, but everything is in constant flux. We want to continue to identify resources to keep our 12-week program going. We want to expand our referral system for the virtual network and try to get more folks from upstate New York to be able to come in and be a part of it. Before, if you couldn't drive to Tilly, you couldn't be in it. Now, we want you to be able to be in person and outside. We want to show that there is value to these group-based programs. So we're going to continue to collect data and do research. And we do research on all different parts of the person's function. So are they strong? Are they What's their aerobic capacity? What's their distress? So we're trying to get our research program going again. Next. So we really want you to join us. For more information or how to get started, call Deb Short. She runs all the scheduling. She's at 802-847-9852. For more information, you can visit Steps to Wellness in the Women's Health Conference virtual exhibit hall. You can also go to our website at uvm.org/steps to wellness. So we really want to hear from you. We're going to turn this over for some live chat questions. So if you haven't typed in your chat questions yet, please be doing that. And I'll be monitoring the chat section. But this is all about you. How do we serve you? So we really want to hear from you. Thank you.